Hey guys, how's it going? Sai back in another video here. Now, it's been requested multiple times on the channel, what are my add-ons, what do the talents look like for Ret Paladin BFA, and what are my thoughts on Ret Paladin going into BFA? So I figure I'm going to sit down and actually answer all those questions now. So we'll go over the talents real quick, and then we'll go over my add-ons, and then I'll discuss where I feel Ret Paladin is currently. Alright, so let's hop up into the talent tree. Now, the talents I've chosen, I don't know if they're optimal. It's just what I have fun playing with, and really it's a game, so have fun with it. Enjoy what you play. But overall, the talent tree, I feel like they balanced it out really well. You can pick and choose whatever talent you want, and you can still be highly relevant within a BG scenario. Not sure in arenas there might be more of a cookie cutter build, but currently in BGs, it's fun to play everything. But alright, so let's just hop on in. The level 15, we have Zeal, Righteous Verdict, Execution Sense. Zeal, when you judge a target, it empowers your next 3 auto attacks to be 30% faster and do a sprinkle of holy damage. Our Righteous Verdict is Templar's Verdict applies a buff to you that within the next 6 seconds you will deal an additional 15% damage with your next Templar's Verdict. And then you have Execution Sense. Calls down awesomeness exploding all over their face with holy love, and makes your holy damage 20% stronger for the next 12 seconds against that target. It's also got a 20-yard range. This move is sick. It is a sick puppy. Let me see if I can find this number for you. Hopefully it's still in here. Why do I have healing up? That is not at all what I want. Damage. Here it is. Execution Sentence. I had crit for 13,000 damage in a BG. Currently, when you walk into a BG, you have your current health total. So I'm sitting at 26k when I walk into a BG. Food buff, 26.6k. So I did over half of my health and damage to a poor other paladin. The guy got blown up. I'll post the video up right here real quick. If you watched the previous video, you know what happened. It was right in the beginning of it. But Execution Sense, the range, the damage, it's so beautiful right now. I feel like it's going to get nerfed, even though it did just get a slight buff. Yeah. But anyway, Zeal is awesome because it can actually link with another skill that's down here in the little level 30 tree. We got Fires of Justice, Blade of Wrath, and Hammer of Wrath. Fires of Justice reduce the cooldown of Crusader Strike by 15%. 15% chance to make your next ability consume 1 less holy power. Blade of Wrath. Art of War is now within our tree. It's just cookie cutter in there. You know, it's your auto attack. Stop wiggling. Your auto attacks have a chance to reset the cooldown of Blade of Justice. Blade of Wrath now increases that amount by 100% and makes it, when it does proc, deal 25% more damage. Wow, that was a spazzy paladin. 25% more damage, which is great because if you combine it with Zeal, it's off your auto attacks, so you get those procs a little faster, potentially. Hammer of Wrath, if the enemy is below 20% health, we get an Execute. It's not really an Execute because it's not hitting super hard. I don't see it as that way. But it does add another damaging ability at 30-yard range, so you're able to chuck it. So people trying to run away, you can keep getting holy power even if they are at range and you're not having to rely on the 12 yards of Blade of Justice or waiting for Judgment to come off a cooldown. You get Hammer of Wrath proccing a little more. I like Blade of Wrath just because I run Law and Order, and I love keeping people slowed. Plus, this does a lot of damage. I'll probably start messing with Hammer of Wrath, put it somewhere on my bar to start throwing at people, but we'll figure it out later. Anyway, next tree is the 45 section. Fist of Justice, Repentance, and Blinding Light. Fist of Justice, each holy power spent reduces the cooldown on Hammer of Justice by 2 seconds. Still fantastic when you're looking to constantly stun people. Repents, just sit an enemy down. Just be like, nope, you're not fighting right now. Just chill, meditate, we'll get to you in a moment. If they break out of it with a trinket, awesome, stun them with a hammer and smoke them. Next one we got is Blinding Light. Emits dazzling light in all directions within 10 yards, causing all people to go, woo, I'm blind. And they wander around disoriented for 6 seconds. I'm thinking about actually running this for the potential of helping me kill healers. Currently at the 110 stat, killing a healer solo is pretty tough, especially when I don't have the silence on Arcane Torrent anymore as a Blood Elf. Let me get this out of my way. I'm just like cutting my guy's head off. But anyway, so I'm thinking about taking this just as another interrupt against a healer. You know, I'll be able to stun them. Well, kick them first, be able to kick them, then stun them, and if they don't have their trinket, awesome, bunch of damage. And then when they come out of it and they're looking to do something, blinding light them, just so you can cancel the heal. So I'm going to be messing with that, see if it's worth taking, but we'll see when it pops up. Words, blur. Alright, level 60. Divine Judgment, Consecration, and Wake of Ash. Divine Judgment, every time you hit an enemy, that key terms here is hit enemy. Each enemy hit with a holy power, with an ability that consumes holy power, increases damage in your next judgment by 20%, stacking up to 15 times. That's a buttload of damage. I've had judgment crit someone for 10k already. It's kind of stupid that I get to throw something 20 yards away, instant cast, and hit for 10k. But building up those 15 stacks is time consuming, and you're losing out on just throwing the judgment regularly and getting that bonus damage from it. But if you're Divine Storming, you're hitting a lot of targets, and you can get those stacks actually pretty quick. So it's if you really enjoy throwing that hammer and surprising someone for almost half their health, go for it. It is a lot of fun. Next one's Consecrate. It does a decent amount of damage, especially for a leave it and forget it move. As long as people stand on it, you're dealing quite a bit of damage, and it's AoE. And it now generates a holy power, which is fantastic. More holy power generating means more spending, means more light to share with everyone. Next skill, Wake of Ash, is now in our tree, is not on our weapon. I take it because it hits like a truck. Again, we had Execution Sense for 13,000. Say hello to Waking Ash, or Wake of Ash for 13,000 as well. What? Why is Wake of Ash hitting people for that much damage? It's just insane. Why is it happening? I don't know. Probably just right place, right time with all the right buffs. But I'll take it. It averaged 4,900 damage. Execution Sense averaged 5,300. Our Templar's Verdict averaged 3,300. So yeah, I guess they might make Wake of Ash really powerful because it is on a 45-second cooldown now. But so much fun. It also slows your targets by 50% for 5 seconds. Generates 5 holy power, so you get to burst on their faces. Next ability tree, talent tree, whatever you want to call it, is the level 75 section. We have Unbreakable Spirit, Cavalier, Eye for an Eye. Man, I'm talking really fast. I don't know why. I'm excited. I'm a little slap happy because I got off work. I'm tired. But anyway, back to the tree. Unbreakable Spirit reduces the cooldown of Divine Shield, Shield of Vengeance, and Lay of Hands by 30%, which is fantastic. I would choose this if your enemy party doesn't have very many melee characters. But with how many rogues and warriors are running around currently, Eye for an Eye is fantastic. But anyway, Cavalier gives you 2 charges of Divine Steed, so if you're feeling sluggish, which really doesn't feel so bad anymore because we do have a lot of range moves that do hit hard now, you really don't have to worry about being too far away from the enemy because, I mean, you're hitting them from range anyway, and they eventually have to stop. They're going to stop and cast, and you're going to keep hitting them with the ranged skills. Who cares if you can't hit with Templar's Verdict if everything else is hitting almost as hard as it, right? Right? Don't nerf us, Blizzard. Anyway, Eye for an Eye, like I said, it's great against those melee attackers. Reduces melee or physical damage, not melee damage, but physical damage by 35% and dealing 400 physical damage to any melee attacker for 10 seconds. I've watched a warrior and double rogue beat on me till I was at half health. They beat themselves almost down to half health. And I were to gloried myself back to full health. Wake of Ash judged one of the rogues. He was dead. Turned, murdered the warrior. The other rogue blinded me. Went to run off. And I was like, you know what? I'll take it. Killing 2 out of 3 in the rogue gangway. Wrong. Wrong. My team came over the hill and nuked that rogue. So yeah, I'd say I successfully 1v3'd. Rogue pulled classic rogue tactics and ran like a chicken. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the tree. Level 90, we have Selfless Healer, Justicar's Vengeance, and Word of Glory. Selfless Healer, Selfless Healer. Your Holy Power spending abilities reduces the cast time of Flashlight by 25%, increasing the healing done by 10%, stacks up to 4 times. Now that is Holy Power spending abilities, not every point that's spent, but an ability. Which is cool because you can technically do it on a 1-point Inquisition, which if you throw Judgment, hit Inquisition, it'll get a single stack. I'll show that real quick here. Bam! We'll get the spender. There, we've got our first, wrong one. We got the first stack of it. Fantastic. It's just right off the bat, which I do enjoy popping that first drop because you can hit Wake of Ash into Execution Sense, into another Judgment, into yeah, all kinds of abilities, just throwing them left and right. Anyway, again, I digress. Let's get back to this tree. But yeah, Selfless Healer, it's pretty cool. You get those stacks. Oh, look, hey, free heal for 5k, which is, you know, essentially 1/5 of my health. Not as good as Word of Glory, because Word of Glory is, well, it's glorious. Bam, I just crit healed myself for 16k, over half my health. Anyway, so, I love Word of Glory. Sorry. It's called Mini Lay on Hands by the community. It really is, but it is 2 charges on a 1-minute cooldown. But you can heal you and 2 friendly targets, so it's a lot of healing. I've seen myself up there on the healing charts, hence why I had the healing chart up at the beginning. Justicar's Vengeance, I feel like it's not as good as it used to be, especially with Divine Purpose being nerfed. So again, those free procs is a lot less now, but you don't hit as hard as you used to. Maybe the 50% stays in PvP now when the target is stunned, so it might be viable then, but still, trying to warrant 5 Holy Power when you have 3 Holy Power spenders, you know, that they require 3 Holy Power, not 3 of them, but Holy Power spenders that only cost 3, like like Execution Sense, that hits way harder. Templar's Verdict hits harder. It's just, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I will mess around with it, but currently I'm using Word of Glory just for that instant heal for 3 Holy Power. It's fun. Alright, 100 is Divine Purpose, Crusade, and Inquisition. Divine Purpose, like I mentioned just a second ago, it did get nerfed. It went from 20% down to 15% chance. But they did try to balance it out. Now the next Holy Power is free, deals 30% increased damage and healing. So the next ability you do use does hit harder or heal harder. That does work with your Word of Glory. You can get a free Word of Glory at 30% increased healing. So you could potentially lay a hand yourself with it. But, I mean, realistically, that 5% reduction, it feels a lot more than it sounds. I don't know why, but I've gone into BGs with it and only gotten 2 to 3 Divine Purposes the entire battleground. And it feels like something's wrong there. I'm not 100% positive. I'm going to play around with it. Maybe RNGesus was just not smiling on me. Next one is Crusade. You get 3% increased damage and haste per stack. You gain a stack for each Holy Power you spend. You get 25 seconds to stack these and deliver just a whole face load of damage. So that equals 30% increased damage and 30% haste. I don't run this right now because Avenging Wrath. Oh, let me open the tree because that one is a modified cast. Alright, there we go. It now increases the critical strike chance by 20% as well. So you get damage, healing, and crit chance. Now, if you're running Inquisition, you get 7%. So technically, when you wings, you have 27% healing and 7%, or I'm sorry, 27% damage, 7% haste. You know, all this, it just stacks well together, plus the 20% crit chance. I like it, and that's what I'm running. So last one, of course, is Inquisition. 1 to 3 Holy Power is consumed. Per Holy Power, you gain 15 seconds of it. So 1, you get 15, 3, you get 45 seconds. Gives you 7% increased damage and haste, which is fantastic. But here's a little trick if you don't know about the overlapping. You can sit there and hit Inquisition. See, I put this little icon over my health bar where it's counting down 39, 38, 37. But if you're going to sit here and you build this and you go to use Inquisition, if you have at least 15 seconds left, bam, you're up to 60 seconds of it. So you can stack them a little bit. Do not worry about refreshing it if you're out of combat and just need to keep running. So cool little tidbit there. You can't cut it off by accident. Well, you can, but not as bad as you think. Alright, on to the PvP talents. We have the Medallion, which of course gives us the choice of Adaptation or Relentless. I run Medallion, I like controlling my fate. Come back. Alright. All in all, the PvP talents, they're basically the same. You only just get to select 3 now. So I run Luminescence to help out those healers. Because once a healer heals you and sees that spread healing going everywhere, they will love healing you. They want their numbers increased. They want their life to be easier. Let's make it easier for them, shall we? Yes, indeed. Awesome. Next one is Lawbringer. When you judge someone, applies a 45-second debuff that on your next cast of Judgment, you will deal 5% of their maximum health and damage to them. It's fun. Just throw hammers. Hammered in all the way. And with the last one is Law and Order, which gives that Blade of Justice the slow, and if they get rid of Hindrance, it reduces the cooldown by 15 seconds. And removing 15 seconds off a 30-second cooldown is fantastic. A 15-second slow on top of being able to throw a Blade of Justice and get 3 seconds of slow. Yeah, fantastic. I might switch out Lawbringer from time to time to get Blessing of Sanctuary, or I'll do Luminescence for Blessing of Sanctuary if I feel like they don't need the help healing. Because Sanctuary is great. Throw it up on your healer, removes a stun, silence, fear, and horror effect, and reduces the next ones by 60% for 5 seconds. So it's really cool to give your healer an extra trinket to break out of stuff. Anyway, now that we went through the talents, let's go through my add-ons real fast. The ones that I currently use, people keep asking, is the bar that is currently in the midsection of my character. That is my Holy Power bar. That is called Nug Combo Bar. I will type that out just right here. It is Nug Combo Bar. Yeah, there it is. Nug Combo Bar. You know what? I can type in guild chat, and that will be better. Nug Combo Bar. There, so you guys can look at that. Anyway, that is what generates for that. It works for anything that picks up, essentially keeps track of like points. So Holy Power, combo points, Warlock shards and such. It's a great add-on, fantastic. I have the third one glowing so that I don't even have to be looking to make sure I have a third one going. So it goes all shiny and it's like, hey, oh, what the... Oh, it must have faded. So yeah, that one swirls, letting me know that I can cast a spender. The next one people are constantly asking me on is, how did I get this icon above my health bar that does my Inquisition? Well, it's called Weak Auras. I go into Weak Aura, which is pretty cool. That is the wrong spelling. Yeah, let's bring that up real quick. Weak Auras. So I set up this literally just a couple days ago. You can see all these other ones. I have this going for Outlaw Rogue when all my rolls happen, but here, let's go ahead and close these off and turn on these two. So I just picked a texture, a progress texture to be more precise. Words are now escaping me. I was talking a million miles an hour and now my brain went dead. But anyway, progress texture, for some reason, does not work. I gotta mess with it. But hey, having the icon there helps anyway. The next one is a, I believe, yeah, it's a text one, where you can put a countdown, and I just choose a skill, and I moved it all the way over here, so it'll sit right under it. It'll tell me how many seconds of Inquisition I have left. Alright, as for my frames and stuff, I have KUI nameplates for enemies and such in BG, so I can see what color their health bar is. It identifies them as who they are and stuff. The healing icon that appears above healers is called HHTD, or Healers Have to Die. Fantastic add-on. I definitely recommend it. And usually when people look at the side of my screen for my party UI, that is shadowed unit frames. So we have shadowed unit frames, and it's shadowed, not shadow. So shadow unit frames, KUI nameplates. What was the other one I was saying? Oh, Weak Auras. Nug Combo Bar, already did that. Yeah. And then, of course, I have details down here for my damage. I don't think I really use anything else. If I do, I don't pay attention to it. Well, anyway, So that's the skills and that's the add-ons I use to run down paladins. I'm loving them in BFA. I feel like we have a bunch of skills to be using. Um, they flow really nicely. Being able to do execution sentence and such, so much fun. Pop an Inquisition, getting all your abilities off. But yeah, just I like the flow of them. They hit like a truck right now. Like compared to other classes in a BG, I feel like we hit way harder than them. Our defensives are a little lower, but we hit like a truck. I feel like we might get a nerf from Blizzard coming soon, just because people are gonna get mad at it. But who knows? Maybe at 120 it's balanced with the Azurite armor and such. But yeah, yeah. So that's my idea on Ret Paladins. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that content on the Ret Paladin. I enjoyed making it. Hopefully that answers a lot of your guys' questions. And keep an eye out for more content on BGs and arenas and such. If you haven't already, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification icon, that little bell, so that you get a heads up whenever I'm putting out more content. Anyway, again, enjoyed making the video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.